Our next guests are the stars of the new acclaimed series Big Mood. Best friends Maggie and Eddie face a series of events, putting their friendship to the test. Bridgerton star Nicola Coughlan is failed playwright Maggie, whose bipolar disorder makes an unwelcome return. Award-winning actor Lydia West plays Eddie, who begins to question if their friendship can actually survive.
Whose scooter is that, Maggie?
Mine. I bought it after watching a particularly persuasive TikTok ad.
And you've just given it away.
Honestly, Eddie, I just saw myself on it reflected in a shop window. It was a rude awakening. Had to go.
Question 8. Which day of the week is the worst?
I was going to say, we hate scooter people.
I know, but like, the environment.
You don't care about the environment. You said all humans deserve to burn to death.
Yeah, but I only said that because I just had that really weird haircut.
Nicola Coughlan and Lydia West joins us right now, first on CBS Mornings. How you doing?
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. Nicola, I want to start with you. So your character, Maggie, is bipolar. The series is serious, but it's also funny.
Yeah.
How do you balance the diagnosis of being bipolar, but also keeping the comedy roots?
It's definitely a challenge because it's something that you don't want to make fun of her bipolar disorder. That's never the butt of the joke. But I think something that Camilla Whitehill, who created the show, did brilliantly was balancing it in the writing, in that it's both so laugh out loud funny and then it's completely devastating. Like, episode 1 is like a comedy that has slight dramatic pieces, and then by the end, you're almost in a drama with slight comedic pieces, and it just flows brilliantly. But it was, definitely a challenging part, for sure.
Now, audiences know you as Claire and Dairy Girls, the prim and proper Penelope and Bridgerton.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's just say Maggie's just a hair different.
No, a little
Maggie's
bit.
a hot mess.
She's a hot mess. The first episode,
hot mess.
So the first episode, she goes back to her alma mater to speak,
She does.
which is a good gesture. But it's really
uninvited. She invites herself.
Invites herself to sleep with their former teacher.
Yes.
And she wants to look like a successful lady.
A successful,
A successful lady.
Absolutely.
What-
Sleep with the teacher, Nate, in the office.
In the office.
Yeah.
And then the wife walks in.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
What attracted you to this very complex role?
Oh, gosh, it was really funny. So Camilla, who created it, is one of my closest friends in real life.
Oh.
And she sort of said, I'm going to write a show and you're going to do it. And I went, okay, but how do I tell my agent that? She was like, you'll figure it out. So I went to my agent, hey, I'm going to do this show. Is there a script? No. Is there a channel? No. Production company? No, absolutely not. So, sort of friendship, good-natured bullying, but thankfully the script ended up amazing. So it all worked out. Well,
Lydia, the same for you, because you play the best friend and you're really trying to help her, but you're having issues of your own as well. You call this part chaotic and hilarious. How do you navigate the big swings that you have to take on camera? Because it is funny, but it's also heartbreaking, but also serious and educational.
Yeah, I think, it's definitely all of those things. But I think what's interesting about Eddie is, like, I feel like we've all been that strong, or we know that strong friend.
Yes.
And the moment where you have to be that strong friend but ask for help.
Yes.
And it feels so weighted for Eddie to ask Maggie for help. But for Maggie, she's just like, sure, of course, I'm here for you. I love you. But
And then, yes.
ask
and
for
then
help,
and then, yes.
Then, showing up. It's about, showing up. But, I think it's just really fun to play. And, it is so hilarious, but then so serious at the same time. So, and I think that's the best way to, address such issues, just with comedy, because it makes it very palatable, it makes it very understandable, and we had a hoot.
Oh, you did.
There's a kind of life stages element to the show where you're making this awkward transition from being people in your 20s to people in your 30s, feeling a little more grown up. Everyone goes through that. Are there any examples from your personal life about that awkward transition you want to let us know about, that you maybe draw from?
Gosh.
I mean,
Nicola's going, what do I share?
I know. How long have you guys got? I don't know. So many.
Anyone actually enjoy their 20s?
In retrospect,
Oh, you
yes.
did.
My 20s is all right.
Well, you're catching touchdowns.
I wouldn't go back, I don't think.
I would not.
I think I just remember the point of living in shared houses with other people's stinky food in the fridge, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I've got to move on. But then sometimes you could get away with a lot more in your 20s, though. When you now have laundry piling up, you're like, well, I have to deal with this.
But you can also get out of a chair without making noise in your 20s.
This
Now
is
I'm like,
it.
oh!
The back pain.
Yeah.
But I love that Maggie is she's always chasing romantic love, and she's like, this is my soulmate. And it's that feels very familiar to in your 20s when you just want to fix yourself, and you're like, I'm just going to chase this thing, or there's a line in the show that says, oh, I might be able to get a big Le Creuset and that might really turn things around for me. It's this idea of like, being an adult is like having these things and then you're going to be okay and be adulting
That's
correctly.
right.
Yeah.
That's what
You're
it's all
great
about.
together.
Nicola
Great
Coughlan
fun
and
to
Lydia
watch.
West, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.